So can I start? I am leading the GD today.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Akshaya. Today we are here to discuss about an important and widely debated topic, that is reservation. Reservation provides the state government, and union territories with certain provisions to bring up economically and socially backward classes. Reservation aims to uh, give social justice, and also it aims to uplift the certain historically marginalized communities of our country. However, it has raised questions about its fairness, effectiveness, and meritocracy in the recent times. Coming to the need for reservation, equality, that is, it gives equal opportunity. Second one is social justice and upliftment. Third one is diversity and inclusivity. All the communities are included in every position of the uh, every all the positions, or at all the uh, posts. The fourth one is bridging socio-economic gap. And fifth one is there are certain, that is constitutional mandate. There are two articles related to this. I'll brief about this at the end. And coming to the criticisms of reservation, one is reverse discrimination. People who are not getting reservation will feel deprived. And the second one is merit versus quota. The merit is the rank or marks are not seen, but the caste is seen. The third one is economic status is ignored. And the fourth one is like uh, the needy are not the impact is not exactly on the needy, others are also benefited. And the fifth one is caste based politics. Sometimes politics, the vote bank is the votes are taken based on castes, and there are certain reforms. The first one is keeping economic criteria in consideration, and the second one is keeping merit into consideration. Third one is we can even do some timely provisions, timely reviews for reservation. And yeah, these are some of the reforms. And I would like to elaborate about two articles. One is Article number 15, Clause 4, and Article number 16, Clause 4. Coming to Article number 15, Clause 4, it gives state government with certain provisions to have to make some quotas or to reserve certain seats in the field of employment, education, and politics to bring up economically and educationally and socially backward classes, but by keeping fundamental rights without violating fundamental rights. And Article number 16, Clause 4, it tells us that it gives state the provisions to allocate certain people from certain castes, that economically backward classes, to certain posts in politics, to ensure diversity and inclusivity, so that even they are included. And this is done by the state government in uh, uh, in the vision of state government. Whichever caste is behind, they are given more opportunity. And to ensure a fruitful discussion, I would like to ask everybody to share their views upon pros, cons, and reforms of reservation. Thank you.
First thing I would like to say is that Akshay has summed up the points for and against quite well. Now, we must understand we are discussing caste-based reservations in India, but then there are other countries which have reservations for on criteria other than merit. This is common thing. For example, in the US, blacks were discriminated against. They were slaves, and then Abraham Lincoln signed the Decree of Emancipation. But still, blacks are discriminated against. Muhammad Ali, when he went to a restaurant and asked for coffee, the waiter told him, "We don't serve niggers. We don't serve Negroes." So Muhammad Ali said, "Look, I don't want Negroes. I want coffee." So this kind of discrimination is there in many countries based on color of the skin, ethnicity, very common. In fact, in Malaysia, 70% of the population is Malays, the locals. 20% of the population is Chinese, and 10% of the population is Indians. And the Malays were discriminated against. Although there was a majority, there was the locals, they were discriminated against. And so the government, there were riots in 1967. They were all over Malaysia, there were riots. And finally, the government made reservations for Malays in various education institutions, in jobs, in providing financial assistance. But this is a common thing. So this is not particular to India. This is a very common thing. It happens all over the world. Affirmative action in America, in America it was called affirmative action. There's no reservations, formal reservations, but people try to recruit a lot of blacks into the workforce. There is some kind of reservation. There's no rigid quotas, but then if they had to choose between a black and a white and there's some job, they sometimes chose the black because they wanted blacks also to come up and be equals in society. They were discriminated against. In a caste-based reservation, the fact when the founding fathers decided on caste-based reservation in the 1940s and 50s, they said this is only temporary. Till the Dalits, there's only Dalits in those days, no backward classes. So they're only Dalits. And they said that Dalits will get educated. And once they get education, they won't need the reservation. But it has never happened. The education, we fail to educate our Dalits, poor people living in the villages. They are very poor quality schools. There are no schools in many villages. And even when there are schools, they are very poor quality. The Dalits remain where they are. And Dalits, although the Constitution gives them protection, Constitution gives them equal rights, in spite of which there's discrimination. Dalits couldn't send their children to school in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. Things are changing now. But this is what we have to contend with. That reservation is only temporary, but it is prolonged. And more because of caste-based politics that we have, more and more reservations come backward classes, within backward classes, Marathas, within Marathas, there may be some other sect. So these kind of reservations came in. And ultimately what's happening is that these people for whom the seats are reserved are not getting the quality education they deserve. If they are given quality education, they'll also be as good as and there won't be any non-meritorious students who will come in. But as long as we don't give them equal education opportunities, I mean, they'll reservations, and there'll be reservations. On the job, they'll be discriminated against. Everyone says, SC, ST, yeah. This kind of thing that they talk about is not very healthy also for the SC, ST candidates also. Can I request somebody else to? Yes, Devama, what do you have to say? Oh, Niranjan,
Am
congratulations. I
I,
heard you got a job in NTT.
sir? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You'll go far in life. Let me tell you, this is only a start.
Yes, sir. I keep
You're a
trying my
long
best.
you have a long career ahead of you. There's only a start. You got a good start. But even without a good start, somebody like you will excel anyway.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Uh,
It's all because of the training that I got throughout this Asha or the place where I stay and all.
okay.
So today, I'd like to start with a story which had happened during my childhood. So I'm from a village background. So one day, when Dalit came to our house, So in my house, usually we don't follow the caste system and all. Even if we are calling him to come inside our house, he's not ready to come because they have been practicing this from so many years. It has become practice for them. They fix that will not go to the people who are above upper caste to home like that. So we have changed the whole mindset of those people. So you can think to what extent we have already treated them very badly and all. So today reservation means it become a political tool for all politicians. During elections they speak of we'll help the less and all, and after again winning the election they go to their own, they make some their own community hostel, or they visit some swamijis of their own communities. They keep doing this. That is a common thing. So somewhere I feel that government is failing to give reservation for right people. There are so many other poor people who are facing so many problems. For example, there are poor Brahmins also. There are poor OBC people also. For them, the schemes which they have done is not reaching uh, what I feel. And mostly in the rural areas, though reservation is provided to much extent, people are not utilizing it. That is the most problematic thing. Like sir has already, as you have mentioned, usually parents don't send their children to school. They see them as source of income. If they work in our fields, we'll get some income. What will you get if you send them to school? This is the mentality of the children or parents in the rural areas. And one more thing, the main aim of reservation was to provide proper education for the people who are not able to access it. And today, most of the government schools lacks basic toilet facilities and drinking water facilities. So, though we are giving much reservation and all, we are not able to improve our own education system. If we are not improving our own education system, so then even if you give 100% reservation also, the people won't uplift themselves. Even after so many years, we are almost 75 years of independence. So this is what I feel. So my conclusion is give reservation, make a standard policy for all the castes, and whatever you are giving, give in a meaningful way. If you want to give reservation, try to improve the nation in all aspects, whether it's in a documentation or it's the process, how it runs through the government, or when you are allocating some license. All the processes should improve automatically. Then only the people will get uplifted themselves. This is my perspective, sir.
I just wanted to make one point, Niranjan, that you made. Nelson Mandela, he said, the problem is not that the whites think they're superior. The problem is that the blacks feel that they're inferior. The point you're making about Dalits not coming into your house, the point is that for generations and years together, if we tell someone that you're inferior, they actually start believing it. Germans were told that they're racially superior. They started the Second World War, started killing people. They were told that they were racially superior by Hitler. And they actually believed it. You can make people believe all kinds of things which are not true at all.
Yes, sir. Nowadays, this caste system is in our blood only. If you want to remove it, we have to die ourselves. No other solution, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I have another example, sir. Can I go? Niranjan? Hello,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
audible.
yes, please. Yes, yes.
As imagine our present government have itself they discriminate caste and reservation. They given reservation government itself. Imagine if government not at all have any reservation or any caste based reservation, how the people lower people come towards and join who are highly qualified skilled people also benefited because if highly skilled individuals they have so much of talent that for this reservation they not at all take the seat in any government education or anything. Those people they wanted to move abroad because in our India they give her for reservation those people any other categories they talented people but that reservation not give for seat. So those people went for out of country. Imagine if a government not itself to like decided to discriminate any reservation. If we are there in our India NGO like our Ramkrishna Mission. Ramkrishna Mission not give any caste based reservation or any like any Hinduism, Muslims or any Christianity. The NGO they select how overall people Muslims, Christians, Hinduism they give seat per in their mission and they also they trained education in good way. They not at all take like reservation based. They take any caste, any religion. They give seat and they trying to give a good person to our India. This mission is a work overall country also. But
Okay, Chandrasekhar brother, I'm understanding your point. So let me make a point. Like I understood that if you are giving reservation, we are missing with the talents. That's your point, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let me answer that question. So you have been hurting those people for some thousands of years, and you are not able to give them 100 years of reservation. Uh, how do you make it? For thousands of years, you kept them outside the village, and you are not giving them proper shelter. They don't know what are the schools and all, and you are talking about removing the reservation. Not removing, but you are telling that for talents we should give. You leave about this talent and all. People are not able to get some basic education from schools. See, in country like India, if they're having so much talent, let them go outside. We are not asking them to stay here. We already have enough resources. Though Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella went outside, it doesn't mean that we don't have Narayan Murthy or LTI Mind tree chairmen. We do have our own talents. We'll grow ourselves. See, the main point for giving reservation was to uplift the people so that there would be a fine society where everybody are educated, everybody can get access to the all the facilities available. And recently this has been a major talk in the politically also. Reservation will be removed only when all Dalits will be improved, their financial status will be improved, and all will get a proper education. Then only we can expect. And in the media daily, you see somebody beating some Dalit people and somebody not making them enter temples. You keep seeing this. When you doing such events regularly, how can you expect us to remove reservation? So this is my point.
I just want to make
I
another point. Remember one thing, reservation is only the government. The private sector employs millions of people, work in the private sector. There's no reservation in private sector. Infosys doesn't have any reservation. TCS is 600,000 employees, doesn't have any reservation whatsoever. It's only in the government. See, when this reservation started, that time the only jobs were in the government. There was hardly any private sector. At the time of independence, there was hardly any private sector. And in fact, the government thought, I mean, the government of the day, which is the Congress ruled government, they thought that they will build industries, government will build industries. That's why they invested in large companies like BHEL, companies like ITI. And that's how they thought that the country will grow. And then later we realized that the private sector has to grow and not the government, because government cannot do business very efficiently. That's what they realized. In fact, Narendra Modi said the government has no business to be in business. And today, a large workforce is employed in the private sector, and there's no reservations out there.
so same as it is. Why not government also continue like that? Why government has the given discrimination for who are talented people and who had don't have talent people? Some people have they took 86 percentage and some people have 99 percentage in the education field. But they are based on this reservation. They give 86 people because they have caste and they give reservation. So who are highly talented 99 percentage, they lose the seat. For the given preference for low these people only. But they if they remove discrimination, like if you remove reservation, every people have talented people have got opportunity to work as to build a good nation. So why
See,
not
Chandru
think like
brother,
this?
see, the problem is with the ancestors. The people who are getting 89 or 98 percentage, their ancestors were in a good position, they got good shelter, everything. But the people who are getting 69, still they are getting into some good college, think of their ancestors, how they lived. They are not even allowed in the village. They live off some proper house and all. They lived with some animals. They are treated, literally treated like animals. Not only in India. In outside countries also, black people were treated very badly. You can't even imagine to what extent and all.
I agree, Niranjan. But you now this generation, but we are like young people. We should think positively only. No, in this generation, every people like have a different talent, have different knowledge. But we should think positively only. Always they give a reservation. You imagine we are see Ramkrishna Mission is an NGO. They have any reservation, any caste based. They give one seat for everyone. Hindus, Christians, Muslims. They give seat for everyone. They not at all take all any like caste and discrimination. How they build the young people and they give good person to society. This NGO is a role model for our all our country and other country also.
You see,
Hello.
one of the things is that in our country, we are not used to the government serving us. We are used to government ruling us. We come from a feudal background. I mean, before 1947, there were kings and kingdoms, and the British and the kings and kingdoms. They ruled. They never served. I mean, the king wanted to make as much money as he can, and buy diamonds, buy build palaces, all that. But they had no interest in serving the poor at all. So India is used to a system where people rule, people don't serve. Now we are moving into a system where people are served. And the government servant, they say, government servant is a servant. He's serving the public. Public servants, they call them. In those days when, people were only ruling and we still used to feudal society, even today, government official is considered very, very powerful. He is only a servant. Why should we consider so powerful? But that's the way we are. And that's the reason reservations started in the government. Because everyone wanted to rule.
Sir, one point, see, government, who are the government? We are the people of the government. We elected the who are the best leaders. So we want to decide and we should approach our leader, remove this all cash and remove this reservation because we are the from the government who is we select the leader. So we have powers to approach to leader.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, let me tell you that once reservations are there, no Dalit leader ever go and tell the government to please withdraw his reservation. Will anyone say that? You won't get a single vote if he says that. In fact, people are asking for more and more reservation. We are backward. We are Jats. We should be included in the backward category. People are Marathas are fighting in the case in the Supreme Court at the moment. Marathas claiming that they are backward. So I'm saying everyone asks for more and more reservation. Nobody is going to get up and say that we don't want reservation. Even when
So
the
the thing
government is
is,
formed, the state government is formed, for example, MLAs, MPs, and they are given caste basis. I mean, what I mean is they're given, the parties give tickets, contest election caste basis, ultimately. And therefore, when the cabinet is formed also, they'll try to find the balance of caste. They need some scheduled caste ministers, Dalit ministers, they need some backward class ministers, they need some forward class ministers. So they do this balancing act. So you can't tell them, you can never expect any of them to say that we don't want reservation. In a democracy, let me tell you that no, once you give something, you can never take it back. During the pandemic, the government decided to provide 800 million people with dry rations to overcome the pandemic because there's no work during the pandemic and they couldn't earn. Now the pandemic is over 3 years back. But the dry rations is still continuing. 800 million people are still getting dry rations. Because in a democracy, when you give something, you find it very difficult to take it back.
Sir, my point is while giving some financial aid for backward classes, they have to keep their economic status into consideration. Like, if I have to take my own college as an example, the fees paid by a backward class person is just 500 rupees, whereas the general category people pay above 1 lakh, like that. So even in general category there will be poor people, and even in backward classes there will be rich people. So they have to keep economic status in mind.
Okay, let me answer that question, Akshaya. See, caste is easy to determine. Economic status is not easy to determine because I know of cases where, people produce, they don't have a formal job. They have a large income from land or from farming. They might have 100 acres of land, 100 acres of land. And they produce a certificate saying that they're economically backward because they don't have any formal income. They don't have any, nobody can tell a farmer who owns 150 acres that you're a lakpati or a crorepati. He'll produce a certificate saying that he doesn't have more than 10,000 income. So income is very difficult. When there are no formal jobs, the income backwardness or income backwardness is not possible to determine. And at the end of it all, economic structure in terms of rich, poor, rich, middle, and poor exactly coincides with the caste system. You will rarely find a Dalit who is very rich. Now you take Bollywood stars. I can't think of a single Dalit star. You take the Indian cricket team. I can't think of a single Dalit player. They're all meritocracies. Bollywood is a complete meritocracy, and so is cricket. But they don't make it because they don't have the basic facilities that they when they're children. They don't have education. They don't have good education, so they don't make it to the levels where they can compete equally with others.
According to me, government.
Yes, Devamma, we'd like
Yes,
to hear you.
Yes, sir. According to me, government is failing at providing to the needy people reservations, sir. They should make a proper rules and regulation to give a reservation to backward and lower caste peoples. And in I'm from rural background, and in still in my village, lower caste, upper caste, casteism is much more exist still. They are not allowing lower caste people to enter religious people uh, places like temples, and they are not let them use village resources. Still now it's exist in village areas, sir. And government should eradicate that mindset from peoples and give a proper education to village people.
Okay, if you consider past 10 years or 20 years, there is a little bit improvement. So I'd like to give an example. So the MLA of my constituency is coming from Dalit community. He don't know how to read or write. While doing speech and all, I observed he's not able to read what is written there. See, you are providing reservation in all fields, but somewhere you are forgetting some quality. If you are giving reservation, so all government fields are filled by see, for example, for any exam you are giving some 60% as a reservation for a particular caste. So the guy who gets 60% will go to administration. He don't know how to manage things because he did not read properly. He want to score only 60%. Only that is the highest cutoff for him. So my suggestion is increase the cutoffs, or even if someone from Dalit community or any other backward community, if he wants to come to the any position, you just put some quality. Irrespective of your background, you should have this particular knowledge to get this role or to get this college or any other thing. You're completely doing some 50 or 40% for them, and you are doing some 90 to 95% for them. That's why the people who get 90 to 95%, they will improve better and they will go do some good administration. These people fail to do because they're lacking some good skills, because they did not study much, they did not explore much. So I think increasing the quality in whatever we are giving, that would be a better way.
For the needy people who are skilled and very well educated, reservation is good luck for him or her, sir. Reservation plays an important role in backward class people life.
And today we have a very big private sector, as I told in the beginning only. If we are not getting any places or position in government, we can easily move to private. There, hard work is much valued. I think the people who can't serve in the government, they can easily work hard and grow themselves in the private sector only. That there is no problem in that.
Sir, one point I want to add here, when Ambedkar made like for reservation is necessary for at what level? When the weaker level people they reach the level of playing, they manage to their own house or any capability economically, they is okay for a certain thing only. But our government should continue till now, sir, reservation. At that point, Ambedkar did only 10 years. But now the government continued towards, they not at all stopped this reservation. On that time, when Ambedkar made a draft committee for this constitution, they give for 10 years only for backward sessions people. But not all they stop this reservation. Till now they continue, sir. Ambedkar itself he said they only for only 10 years. After they should remove this reservation in constitution.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, the problem is that, like I told you, in a democracy, when something is given, it can never be taken.
And
That's the
also,
way it
yes,
is. That is the way it is. Whereas free rations or reservations is the same.
Sure, I feel reservations must be based on merit because one thing is it starts from college level, like they get into good colleges even with a lower rank, and the general caste people will have to struggle a lot to get into such colleges. And then apart from these, coming to competitive exams, I would like to give an example of UPSC civil services. Over there, a general caste person write can appear for the exam 6 times between the age of 21 to 32, whereas a SC or ST can have unlimited attempts within the age 21 to 32. And also with respect to ranks also, a general caste person must get a rank within 100 in civil services, whereas a backward class person, even if he or she gets like 400 or 300 rank, he or she will get IAS. The general caste person will suffer a lot to, or will struggle a lot to get IAS, group A services, IAS, IPS or IFS. There's a lot of discrimination, and it somewhat depresses the general caste people.
exactly. I agree with you, Akshaya. Same as it is now, I'm pursuing B.Ed course. For in our course, here the Muslims and Christians, they, is our government given for 25,000 for scholarship. But our caste, general caste, they given not at least 1,000 rupees because they caste they are who are like pursuing B.Ed course, they given 25,000 for our general category. They not really give any scholarship. This is so much discrimination made our government itself. We should fight against this government.
See, we are very diverse in nature, and our constitution is also very lengthy. If you want to change even a point or any comma or any space, you should go through so many procedures and all. Today, changing the constitution means, it can cause you to even lose the election. So that was happened last year. Just one of the BJP MP gave the statement that will change the constitution. So based on that, they even lost so many seats in India. So these things are not easy to do, Chandrasekhar.
No, it's possible. We should raise our voice. We should raise our voice to hear the government, who are their leaders, our leaders. Their leaders approach to like parliament, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. It's possible because we are changed. See, at the time Modi changed when he banned a note ban, 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees. So many people they give negative feedback. But Modi not at all take that's all negative feedback. He have vision. He have some mission. So he changed and see how they implement the changes. Some negative feedback also came. We should tolerate that one everything. it's possible. We should approach in parliament.
Okay, I agree with you. You said you mentioned about note ban, right? Note
Yes,
ban and
Niranjan.
that nobody see. If you see note ban was some normal thing, you can change it and suddenly there is no much impact. Today, if you remove a constitution or if you change any constitution today, tomorrow you can't travel anywhere because all roads will be blocked. You know, everywhere strikes are happening, and you just can't predict how many people will be killed or just the effects are too much. See, the thing is just try to build an ideal society. Today things are changing comparing to last some 50 years back, and now the things have changed very bigly. So as the time proceeds, they will also become well educated. They will also come to status of all other citizens of India. Then we can think of these things. And as you have mentioned, Chandrasekhar brother, there have been so many places where like reservation was not necessary. There also they have added some reservation. I think we should focus on removing such things.
Yes, and also I had one thing, Niranjan. First of all, we should remove our mind itself, because we are living in this generation. Our parents itself have made a caste discrimination. In my village, where the ST people not at all allowed to my home, but my parents have there is follow their own tradition. I said this is not this generation. We should treat people equally. Then I said I enter the hall homes, I enter the hall temples. I am not at all discriminate, but my parents still they continue their tradition only. We should eradicate our parents what they thought. They made discrimination in our homes.
We can't completely remove reservation because still our Indians are narrow-minded. Maybe not our generation, but at least our previous generations and ancestors. And one thing is we can just bring some reforms by keeping some economic status and merit, and also we can what is that, like timely review policies, and by doing some census we can identify who are needy and who are actually not needed, like reservations are not needed for them. And even BPL card holders, some rich people are also having BPL card holders, so we have to make such changes.
So, as Chandrasekhar brother mentioned about Ramakrishna Mission during start of the talk, so I think this is the best example for our country where you can remove reservation. Here, like not reservation, caste system, I would say. Reservation is a different thing. When you remove caste system, reservation can be automatically changed to the people who are in need. Here, they do not differentiate between caste and creed. So for everybody, they treat equal, even if you are from a backward caste, or even if you're from a upward caste. So everyone will be treated equally in this organization. It's our pleasure that we have been part of this great organization. And after joining here, all the students who are staying here, they have learned many lessons. Like I have seen most of my friends, they do not practice any kind of caste system. So all of them treat all people as equal. So this is how our all our education institutions or any organization, they should implement this rule or this very good strategy in their organization or schools. Then only we can improve. So when Ramakrishna Mission is bringing such a good change in the nation, if all organizations take this as example and implement, I think that will be the big change in the country.
Ranjan, yes, really. We should implement this thought by in upcoming generations.
Sudhakar sir, I would like to hear from you about this.
Let me tell you that the caste system, any system, people like to maintain their privileges. For example, we have a caste system, we have the upper caste. Upper caste people have own land generally. They won't allow them to buy a piece of land. First of all, Dalit don't have the money to buy any piece of land. But the upper caste people own the land, and the Brahmins, they have got their certain privileges. It's the same in the US. The whites have got some privileges. keep voting for Trump and people like Trump because because they want to maintain the white supremacy. So this is normal in every place. People are trying to hold on to their privileges. They get some privileges, they want to hold on to it. Nobody is going to give up any privilege. I mean, very few people, enlightened people like you can say, okay, Dalits are my equals. As Chandrasekhar Singh can say, Dalits are my equal. But not even, that will not even be 0.1%. People like to feel superior. People like to feel protect their privileges. So these kind of things, so I don't think we can ever expect a situation where, we'll voluntarily give up casteism. Racism, nobody is given. In the West, there's racism. In fact, there's increasing racism. More and more right-wing governments are getting elected. I'm saying nobody is going to give up his privileges. Huh? So if we ever expect any day, someday, all the upper caste will say, no, we're all the same, we're all equal. That is never going to happen.
Sir, leave of this caste system and all, we should remove some unhealthy practices. Like you are not allowing them into temples, you are not allowing them to your houses. I think some unnecessary practices which we have been following, like our ancestor used to follow this Sati Sahamana Paddhati, where if husband dies, one wife also should die with along with that fire in which his body is burning. So such unhealthy practices have been removed over time. I think we should remove those things. Caste system and all, I think we can't remove it completely. I think these small changes will make a big contribution. That's what I feel, sir.
Yeah, but like I said, you will again have to get the upper caste to give up the privileges. My temples, I can only go, Brahmin only can do the puja. These kind of privileges, nobody's going to give up. And also, I mean, genuinely, people, when they're taught something, we're all born equal. But when we are taught that you're superior, you're upper caste guy, you're superior, the Dalit is told that you're inferior, you're untouchable, we tend to believe these things. Very difficult to get rid of the caste system. I remember I come from a village, of course, 1940s, 1950s. When anyone entered our house, we were upper caste, of course, we were landowners. Anyone came, the first thing that my mother asked them was, Amy told you, which caste do you belong to? And that determined where they were served, in what plate they were served food. Upper caste, they would come up to the drawing room or whatever inside the house and sit on the dining table. If they're Dalits, they would sit not even on the, that's where the cattle were. They used to sit out there. They used to have their own utensils. So these kind of things, people have ingrained into this thing. It's very difficult to get rid of this. In fact, our caste system is strengthening, not weakening because of all these politics. Everyone wants to divide people on politics. You're a Yadav, you're a backward, you're a Kurmi, you're whatever, there's so many backward castes, forward castes, there's so many castes, sub-castes. People want to divide them along the sub-castes now.
So, sir, we should remember on this day a great person, sir, Jyotirao Phule. On this day, he is born. He also give so many contributions to the social society in education, like fight against caste discrimination. On this day, his birthday, sir, actually, Jyotirao Phule, a great social reformer.
Yeah.
Good.
He also
Okay.
fight against caste discrimination and also reservation on those days, like as Ambedkar fight.
Okay, Devama wants to make a point. Please make it.
Yes. Uh, uh, as we know, India has lot of rural villages in our India. So if we want to eradicate the casteism and some discrimination in India, we should educate village people about equality, treating them all equally. We should do that first. Then we can see the India uh, economically growth and everything.
Sir, I would like to extend Devama's point. Many Dalits, they say Jai Bhim, Jai Bhim. Okay, we are happy with that. The thing is, they don't read his ideologies and his life story, how he struggled and how he, in that bad environment, how he grew up. So that perspective, they are not saying. They simply say his name and they are remaining where they are. That is the problem. Not only that caste or even other castes also. Even some Shankaracharya also told that this everyone should be treated equal. Even Brahmins also don't read his life or his ideologies. All castes, all leaders of all our religious leaders said that everyone should be equal, all are same like that. We are saying their name and doing our own politics or caste system in our own country. We are not reading their ideologies. We are not applying ourselves. Then how can you expect some ideal environment in this society?
Yes,
So
that
this
is
is
also
my final
happening.
point, sir.
The time is up. I think there's only 4 minutes left. I think it's 1 hour, is it?
I don't know, sir. Who is Chaitra Babu? They did not talk. Chitra Babu.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm Chitra. For those, if anyone has come, joined late and didn't meet me earlier, I'm Chitra and I'm here as an observer today. So I've heard all your points and, well made points for and against. And I feel that reservation is enshrined. It's a fact that reservation is enshrined in the Constitution, so it is here to stay. And we have the courts have set a creamy layer uh, to exclude those who have benefited for maybe a couple of generations from reservation. So that takes care of, to a certain extent, of discrimination towards those who already have received the benefit. So I feel the courts have taken care of that. And Chandrasekhar made the point of Ramakrishna Mission, which is a very good point. They're doing good work. And there are more such organizations in the country which are working every day to integrate people. And I feel that all these efforts will shape our society into a better society. That's what I feel.
Yes, ma'am. That's some great conclusion.
And also, I would like to request all present here attenders in our upcoming generation, we should implement. Now, our ancestors not at all follow, but we should follow. We should have a discrimination and also reservation. We should implement this thought in the upcoming generation. Also, we should go a good future for our children's.
But I think we
Okay,
should.
yes, sir. Chandrasekhar said we just follow ourselves.
Yeah,
Yes,
let
I'd
us
like
start
to.
with ourselves.
Yes, sir. So I'd like to thank everyone for attending the session. Akshaya, especially you, who hoisted this beautiful GD. We have enjoyed, we have made our points, we have expressed our views. And I'd like to thank Sudhakar Reddy sir for guiding us with all our points, helping us in understanding the perspectives. And I'd like to thank Chitra Babu ma'am, uh, who had made a beautiful conclusion in the end and who had observed us today. And made us feel someone is there, is watching us. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
let us end this session. Uh, okay, bye bye. Happy weekend,
Good.
everyone. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you all. Thank you.